just want your love. I just want your love.
What is the deal, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. This is Lifestyles Defined. And before we get started, let me just make sure that you are aware this is the short review. There is a much longer, much more in-depth version in the link below. Also, you can just hit the channel to see that as well. Let's talk about the big boy flagship, because I actually reviewed the Lumia 950. This is the bigger version, the XL. I really wish they would do something with these names and come up with a better name, but it's excusable because the XL, I think, is by and large the exact same phone, just a little bigger with one or two advantages, but not by much. So first, let's start off with the design. You know what? I wasn't a terribly huge fan of the 950 design, but I think it's just something about a bigger phone and more glass that just talks to me, makes me feel good about myself. And here with the 950 XL, I'm okay with the design all of a sudden. You know, I compared it to, it has literally almost the exact same footprint as the Galaxy S6 Edge, which is what I'm using now. And you know, I compared it to the 1520, which was my old Windows flagship, and it's a little smaller than the 1520, the same size as the Edge, and I'm okay with it. You know, I'm not complaining, which is weird because I wasn't really feeling the 950, but the XL is okay in my book. So on the right side, we've got this cluster of buttons, the power button in the middle, the volume down on either side, and then you've got the dedicated camera button. On the top, you've got your auxiliary jack. On the left side, completely bare, and on the bottom, there's that Type C, that USB Type C port, which is pretty much the new hotness in mobile technology today. It gives it a fast charge. Microsoft is saying up to 50% charge in 30 minutes, and of course, you know, it's reversible, so you can't really plug it in the wrong way. No more fumbling around in the dark for you. At the back of it, it looks very much, I think it's more subtle than the 950. I wasn't a fan of the big pronounced ring around the camera. So on the entire camera assembly here, we've got the camera, then we've got the triple LED flashed off to the left, but still within that ring, which I like. And to the left of the camera housing, we have the speaker, which is very, very underwhelming. Terrible if I'm being honest with you. If you're big into media, then you're not going to be happy with this guy, but it does get loud. We have the new Microsoft logo, which I quite like, and then to the top and the bottom we have these holes for audio, for when you're doing your video. And in the front, we've got this nice 5.7-inch display. To the top of the device, all the way to the left, you'll see the iris scanner, which works with Windows Hello. You have your speaker grill there. To the right, you've got the front-facing camera and a sensor, and then the bottom there's a speaker hole. So yeah, overall the design is fine. It's definitely not a stunning design, but definitely acceptable. And I'm admitting that it's weird that I didn't take to the 950, but I do like the XL. Very weird. In the specs department, Microsoft did a good job here. They pretty much gave this guy everything in the kitchen sink, which I think is a change of pace from what we had before from the other OEMs. You know, they were coming out with hardware that was slightly behind cutting edge of what was currently available. So a lot of phones had quad cores, Windows Phone had dual, you know, things like that. And it was a big debate, and it sort of was true that we didn't need the power, but still it's nice to have it, you know. And here Microsoft is really turning that upside down. So right out the gate, you get the newest and hottest Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, which is the 810, and that's an octa-core processor clocked at 2.0 gigahertz. So that's a good thing. It's got 3 gigs of operational RAM. You have 32 gigs of internal memory with expandable storage. There is a 3000 milliamp removable battery, and I think that about rounds out the specs. Everything else is standard: the NFC, the Bluetooth, the wireless charge, and so on and so forth. In terms of features, it's got the iris scanner, which again is part of the Windows Hello, and this is not like we've seen in other Android phones. This guy actually scans your eyes, just your eyes. and it is incredibly accurate if you get it within the right I want to say the right zone. It's not as fast as a fingerprint reader and is convenient because you can unlock a fingerprint reader from the time you pull it out of your pocket, or you can unlock it no matter what position your phone is in, resting on the couch or table, wherever. Here, you need to put this thing up to your face about a foot away. So not as convenient, not as fast in theory, but it's still very accurate and it still works. There's also Windows Continuum, and for a limited time, when you buy your 950, you can get the Windows dock, the Microsoft dock that allows you to connect a USB mouse, keyboard, and a monitor to make this guy really compatible Windows Continuum. So what is Windows Continuum? It's pretty much a PC-like experience or representation of your phone, because it does share the same code with the full desktop version of Windows. The version of Outlook, for instance, when you connect it to Continuum, it becomes full-blown Outlook, things like that. So it's kind of dope. It's got its caveats, mainly a lot of real Win32 app support. Check out the full review for more details on that. I went in on that feature actually, so you guys, if you're a little puzzled on what that is and how it can benefit you, check out the full review. Coming down to the camera, which is my favorite part of any device, the camera featured here is a 20 megapixel Zeiss camera, which is no joke, to be quite honest with you. And it does support the oversampling feature, which used to be called lossless, and that allows you to really, the camera captures an insane amount of detail, and it allows you to go in after and do some crops and pull out parts of a picture, but still have a very crisp representation of what you shot. It's got a f1.9 aperture, which is pretty big, and then it also has the optical image stabilization we've come to expect from the Lumia flagships. The new flash is a triple LED flash, which in theory is supposed to use 3 different flashes to achieve the best or most natural looking tone, while providing a crap ton of light, and it works. And then there's rich capture, which then allows you to either tone up or tone down the flash intensity in some modes, or you can apply how much HDR effect you want to give images. It's a dope piece of software. 4K video, why not? 1080p 60 frames a second, yes please, and a front facing camera. All in all, what we have here is it's a really cutting edge phone in terms of specs. Microsoft did what they were supposed to do here, but the main concern with this device is still the operating system and the software. Of course, there's that ever famous conversation about the app gap. There's also the fact that the software that's on here is not final. The OS is still in beta, and there's still a lot of updates expected to be released. There's still a lot of bugs that I've run across. But if you are a Windows devout, if you are a Windows fanboy, you've been waiting for this, there's no reason for you not to pick it up. If you were happy before, and you'll be losing your shit now. If you are a consumer, you just come across this and you want to weigh it against something like the LG V10 or the Galaxy S Edge, I have a problem recommending this to you wholeheartedly. We really need to have a conversation on what it is you need in your daily life to make sure that your phone is doing you justice and it's really providing you with the conveniences you expect from a smartphone. But other than that, I mean, I like it, and I'm switching back from Android to Windows Phone because of this device. There will be a lot of videos coming out to explain why and how, and I'll even do a comparison video to show you how my setup is on each. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Like the video, it really helps us out a lot. Lets us know that you like what we're doing. Leave your comments below, any questions you may have. We will bundle that into our AMA series. And yeah, look forward to the other videos coming out. Subscribe to make sure you see those. My name is Ramon, and I'm out of here. Peace.